All right, front page. I narrowed this down to 3, and I'm probably going to strip some stuff off this to make this thing a little shorter. So number 1, distribute, well, actually number 1 has fractions, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to 5 both sides. It's going to cause a cancellation there, but you still got a 5 to right. And 8 times 5 is 40. I'm left with 3 times 2x minus 5. It's probably a hard pen to see. So I 5 both sides. Cancellation, 8 times 5 is 40. Distributive property, 6x minus 15 is 40. Add 15, 6x is 55, divide by 6. 55 sixths. I'm going to do this one on paper. I actually need to be looking at these and making sure they're correct, but anyways, we'll just do this one with the algebra. We're going to multiply this side by 2, and we're going to multiply that side by 2. Because we want the cancellation. Now 3 times 8x minus 4 is the absolute value of 24x minus 12. Greater than 2 times 7, 14, take away 6x. Now I can write two equations. 24x minus 12 must be more than 14 minus 16x, or negative 24x plus 12 must be greater than 14 minus 16x. So it's one of these two, or actually possibly neither. It's getting about time to introduce what's called extraneous to y'all. That's something that's coming up, and it's about time to start talking about it. So I'm going to add 16x, 24x, I'm going to get 40x. I'm going to add 12 to 14, and I'm going to get 16. And I'm going to divide by 40, x is greater than 16 40ths. Assuming I didn't make any mistakes. That reduces down into 2/5. Both those terms are divisible by 8. So x is greater than 2/5, which I'm going to write a little bit different in just a second. All right, here, kind of same technique. I'm going to add 16 to negative 24. That's going to give me negative 8x. I'm going to take away 12 from 14. That's going to give me 2. I'm going to divide by a negative, which means I flip the inequality symbol as I do it, and I get that x is less than a negative quarter. All right, time to talk about these answers. If I'm less than a negative quarter, I am negative infinity all the way to negative 1/4. Union with 2/5 to infinity, because I'm greater than 2/5. So assuming I didn't make any mistakes in my algebra, that'll do it. 3. Solve d equals the root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared for x2. So this is the third rendition of this. Square both sides to eliminate that master radical. D squared is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I want to get at this piece right here, so I'm going to counteract the subtraction because it's easy. Now I want to counteract the square. I do that by taking the square root of both sides. You know, there's technically only one thing in the right-hand side. I know a lot of kids look at that and they see two terms, but it's all squared. It's one thing that's squared. So that frees up x2 minus x1. Do not do anything with this. You cannot. There's two things in there. There's a plus or a minus symbol. That makes it two distinct things. Last step. This x1, x2 doesn't like it. It says solve for x2. So take this x1 and add it to the other side. And there's lots of ways of writing this. I'll just write the root of d squared minus y2 minus y1 squared plus x1 is x2. And she's solved. All right, 4 and 5 are the double distributive properties. This is better known as the FOIL method. So x times x is x squared, x times a positive 10 plus 10x, negative 10 times x minus 10x, and negative 10 times 10 is 100. When we combine like terms in here, the things in the middle, they add themselves out of existence. x squared plus 100. 5, 6x minus 5 times 4x minus 2. We'll have 24x squared minus 12x minus 20x plus 10. So 24x squared minus 22x plus 10. Ta-da! All right, 6, 7, 8. You're supposed to find f of negative 2, g of negative 2, and then finally f minus g of negative 2. So f of negative 2 happens when you plug a negative 2 in. That's going to give you, I guess I should be working some of this out by hand because some of y'all just don't know. A negative 2 all squared is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 7 is 13. G of negative 2 would be 4 times negative 2 take away 5, which is negative 8 take away 5, which is negative 13. Oh, it's funny it worked out that way. Now you're finding f minus g of negative 2. In other words, you're finding f of negative 2 take away g of negative 2. So f of negative 2 is 13. You're going to take away g of negative 2, which is negative 13, and taking away a negative is addition. So 13 plus 13, which is 26. And the last one on the basics, which is great because then I can start working on your twin. Find the slope between the points 2, 3, and 5, negative 10. So you have your great little formula for this, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Go with it. Negative 10 minus 3 over 5 minus 2 is negative 13 over 3. And that's all there is to it. I hope some stuff is finally clicking. I really do. I want you to learn something. I really do. And that's it.